Dun 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 dun. I don't know. I don't even know if I got that music right, but hey man, Jay Shockblast here, and apologies to the bunches of you that watched a video with no audio. I don't know what I did there, but hey man, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Ben Affleck, Batfleck, forever to be known as from here on out, dropped by the Jimmy Kimmel Show last night and debuted the full feature 3-minute trailer. And I don't know what to think. I mean, there's really a lot going on, and we got Batman, we got Superman, and we got issues. We've got issues. That's what we've got. And you know, it's not a bad looking trailer per se. I think cinemagraphically, if you will, it was actually not that bad. It was a pretty decent. You know, I actually really liked the intro part of it. It led off really well with you know, Bruce Wayne meeting Clark Kent. You know, that was definitely interesting. Interesting finally getting to see, you know, Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. And I'll be honest with you, I think he does a decent job as Bruce Wayne, from what we can see, and he looks believable. I mean, every bit believable as George Clooney was. And, you know, I'm interested to see where it can go from there. But the dialogue they chose, the interaction between Batfleck and Superman, Henry Cavill, was pretty intense. You know, I wrote some notes. Let me pull those notes up. So basically, you know, Clark is drilling Bruce Wayne on his thoughts on the Bat Vigilante, and you know, Bruce takes pretty big offense to it, and you know, he basically you know, starts talking some smack about Superman, and calls him an alien, and you know, the back and forth continues, and you know, it ends with, "I just have a bad history of freaks dressed as clowns," and that was pretty interesting because he's basically Bruce Wayne calling Superman a clown. And then Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, kind of interrupts, and that is when it all goes downhill. Now, I didn't really hate what he was saying. I don't know if I'm enjoying or going to enjoy this aloof, you know, flippant version of Lex Luthor portrayed by Eisenberg. Now, I don't think he's doing an awful job. I think he's doing exactly what they want, and it's not his fault at all. But he's just very flamboyant, very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but like, it's a very different take on Lex Luthor. You know, Lex Luthor I kind of picture as, you know, very stoic, you know, very proper, you know, like a less crazy Donald Trump, if you will, you know. But I just, I'm not buying Eisenberg, but I do like the dialogue that we hear. You know, he's basically, you know, unknowingly, or maybe he does know, who knows, but he's basically, you know, saying, you know, look at me bringing together Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne, you know, and he references Clark's very firm handshake and says, "Don't pick a fight with this guy." You know, foreshadowing, really, again, very good dialogue. I didn't hate that part at all, but there's a lot I really hated about the trailer, and it starts out, the biggest beef I have with it is this guy right here. I don't know why they did it this quickly or this early, but it is Teenage Mutant Ninja Doomsday. Teenage Mutant Ninja Doomsday. Bad guy in a half shell. Doom power. I made that up on the fly. So, yeah, man, Doomsday is revealed. Now, I think we all kind of knew that Doomsday was going to be in this. But, I mean, we're 4 months away from the movie, and you're already showing me Doomsday. Like, what are we going to do from here? Also interesting is we saw some parademons. That's kind of new. I just feel like they're throwing the kitchen sink at us way too early, and I feel like that's something that a lot of companies are struggling with. They're giving away way too much of their movie before we have a chance to see it. And Doomsday looks awful. Like, he looks, hey, all right, look, you can tell that Ben Affleck's going to swear a lot in this movie, so I'm going to swear in honor of, Bruce Wayne. He looks dog shit awful. He looks like he looks like Superman is his dog shit between his legs. He looks like a Ninja Turtle. I think the jokes have been made all day that he looks like a Ninja Turtle. They really missed a great opportunity with them. I'm sure there's plenty of time to adjust his visuals, but I hope they do. No spikies coming out of his face. I didn't like it. It's pretty sad when, a Smallville version of Doomsday looks better, from like 6, 7, 8 years ago than this new 2015 with all the newfangled technology that they have to make them look better. The parademons kind of flying in, that was a surprise. They certainly look pretty cool. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of play into all this. I get the idea that, Eisenberg said something, if man won't kill God, the devil will do it. And he's obviously referencing Doomsday. They obviously, we've seen it before, but they carted in the body of Zod, so I'm just kind of assuming that they, Doomsday is somehow built from Zod, which the whole thought of that, it seems like they're in the process of kind of screwing up with Doomsday, but we do see Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. And there's actually some pretty interesting dialogue there. She with you? No. Thought she was with you. That part was kind of funny. Be interesting to see how she does. I know there are a lot of people that aren't really convinced, that they don't think there's enough meat on those bones, if you will, but I think she looks really good. I'm intrigued to see more. They just started filming Wonder Woman, so I really don't have a problem with her right now. I think she's the least of my concerns. Everything else, yeah. And it's sad that I'm not like a fan of the Eisenberg stuff, because I don't think he's the problem. I just don't really like that as a portrayal of Lex Luthor. The whole timeline and everything that they're going with on this is really freaking weird. Like the versions of characters they're using. I don't really know what Zack Snyder's going for here, and I'm just really worried it's the wrong way to kick off Justice League. A couple other things that really stuck out, Batman with a gun. What is that? It looked like it was a freaking assault rifle, and it's more than once that he's in there with a gun. I just don't. Guns are not his thing. Like, I know that there have been guns on the Batmobile and stuff like that, but he is not a gun guy. So I'm sure there's going to be an explanation, but I'm at a loss, I want to like this movie. I don't want to dislike it, but it looks like it's going to be awful. Like, not Fantastic Four awful, but I just don't really know what they're doing here. I think my favorite part of the trailer, though, is something I've been saying for a long time. It's Superman saying to Batman, if I wanted it, you'd already be dead. And ain't that the truth? It looks like Batman's going to get his ass kicked in this movie, as he should. Maybe if you give Batman, an hour to prepare, maybe he'd have a shot against Superman, but realistically, no. Superman would just completely destroy him. And I like that line, though. If I wanted it, you'd already be dead. And, we'll see what happens. I'd love to know what you guys think about the trailer. Teenage Mutant Ninja Doomsday is probably one of the worst things that I think I've seen, and I think a lot of people probably think of me as more of a Marvel guy, and that's fine. But for me, like, it's every bit as awful as the Ivan Ooze version of Apocalypse. Like, just two very terrible character designs. They've got time to fix it, and I hope they do. I hope, Zack Snyder is kind of looking at all this feedback that people are giving about Doomsday and realizing how awful it looks, how Ninja Turtle-y it looks, and, maybe he'll fix it. But I'd love to know what you guys think. And it's a very cheesy trailer to me. There's just way too much cheese going on for my liking. And it's not really what I was expecting. Movie's out March 25th of 2016. So I thought it was further away. But it's just way too early to be giving away the kitchen sink here. Like, keep doing the teasers. I'm starting to get worried about Star Wars too. Like, they're giving me way too much in trailers before the movie is even out. So I'm really a fan of trying to see as little as possible before the movie, but now I kind of feel like I know what the whole movie is going to be about. And I know it's probably not even close, but I don't know. I would prefer not to see some of the stuff we saw. Again, not even felt like I knew that Doomsday was going to be in this, but I didn't need to see him this early. But anyway, I'd love to know what you guys think. Sorry I screwed up the first video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I definitely could tell I talked this time. And we will see you later. Deuces.